Since the beginning of this month, Ukraine claims to have recaptured a number of its territories controlled by Russia. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said since September 1st, Ukrainian troops had liberated dozens of settlements and recaptured 1,000 square kilometers of territory in eastern and southern Ukraine. Zelensky also posted a video showing Ukrainian soldiers saying they had recaptured the town of Balaklia, near Kharkiv, Ukraine's second largest city. In the video uploaded to the news aggregator website, Russian troops can be seen leaving trucks, artillery, and ammunition. On Saturday, October 9, 2022, the Russian state news agency, TASS, reported that the Ministry of Defense ordered its troops to withdraw from its main stronghold in northeastern Ukraine. The capture of the city of Izium in Kharkiv province was Moscow's worst defeat since its troops withdrew from the capital Kiev in March. Russia has used Izium as a logistics base for one of its offensive operations in the Donbass region in northern Ukraine, which comprises Donetsk and Luhansk. However, it seems that Russia was forced to leave the region due to pressure from the Ukrainian army. The British military says Russia has lost at least 4 fighter jets over Ukraine in the last 10 days. Thus, since the beginning of the invasion, Russia has lost 55 fighter jets. President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky said he would not give up the struggle to recapture the territory occupied by Russia. Kiev reported that its forces had begun advancing to the east bank of the Oskil River, threatening Russian forces in the Donbass. The success of crossing the Oskil was a step forward in the Ukrainian counterattack in the northeast of the Kharkiv region. It flows south of the Silversky Donetsk River, which passes through Luhansk, one of the 2 provinces in the Donbass region. The free ones, all of them, Zelensky said in his speech, Sunday, September 18, 2022. This success is also a good development for Ukraine. Kiev can show the West they can turn things around and deserve more help. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken earlier this month announced $2.2 billion in new military funding for Ukraine and 18 other countries affected by Russian aggression. About $1 billion of them go to Ukraine. The U.S. also announced $675 million in arms aid to the country. In response to this, Russian President Vladimir Putin gave the signal to end the war. He conveyed this during a meeting with the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, on the sidelines of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO) meeting in Uzbekistan. Whatever was in Putin's mind at that time, I hope his intention to end the war will actually be carried out. Because not only Ukraine, almost the whole world, as Modi said, felt the ravages of war between the 2 countries. As many as 13,000 Ukrainian troops have been killed since Russia's invasion in February, a senior advisor to President Volodymyr Zelensky has said, "We have official estimates from the General Staff, and they range from 10,000 to 13,000 dead." Mikhailo Podolyak told Ukraine's Channel 24 on Thursday Zelensky would make the official data public when the right moment comes, he added. In June, as Russian forces battled to take full control of the easternmost Lugansk region, Zelensky said Ukraine was losing 60 to 100 soldiers per day, killed in action, and around 500 people wounded in action. Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu in September said 5,937 Russian troops had been killed in the nearly 7 months of fighting to that point. Both sides are suspected of minimizing their losses to avoid damaging the morale of their troops. Top U.S. General Mark Milley last month said more than 100,000 Russian military personnel have been killed or wounded in Ukraine, with Kiev's forces likely suffering similar casualties. Those figures, which could not be independently confirmed, are the most precise to date from the U.S. government. Thousands of Ukrainian civilians have been killed in the worst fighting in Europe in decades. The Ukrainian president also urged investigators to find evidence of torture by Russian troops on Ukrainian soldiers buried in Izium, northeastern Kharkiv region. However, Russia rejects accusations that its troops have committed war crimes in Ukraine's Kharkiv region and regards them as cover. Russia denies committing atrocities in war or deliberately attacking civilians, despite numerous reports, photos, and videos.